Hello, Josh here, Dartmoor Reach Alpaca Farm Yoga and Glamping, and this is one of the final videos for this series. As you can see behind me, our house is, well, on the inside anyway, pretty much complete. Let's take a closer look. So there we have it, the finished article. As you can see, we've still got a lot of tidying up outside and landscaping to finish off, but inside is pretty much done. A few bits and bobs to do, but almost done. What can I tell you about the outside? We've got our solar array up there, as you can see. That's all been installed, that's working well, pleased with that. Works a lot better when the sun's shining. Let's go in and take a closer look inside. So in the door we come into our porch area, place to hang jackets, dirty boots, and then through to the left here we've got our utility, washing machine, tumble dryer, toilet, the heating system, water tank, and solar meters and isolating switches. Back out into the porch we've got the consumer unit there. At some point I'll box that in, tidy it up. And then over here we've got our little honesty window, so you can see what the house is made of. See the straw bale in there. Then we come into the kitchen. I do like the kitchen, it's really pleased with it. Kitchen units here, got the lovely big island, and then really lovely spacious lounge and dining area. Feels so big in here, especially after we've just moved from a static caravan. To the left here we have my wife's office. Nice big area for an office. And little sort of cupboard area around to the right there. Then moving on through, we come to this door here, leads into the master bedroom, and straight ahead there we've got the ensuite. Nice spacious ensuite. On through to the dressing room. My wife's very pleased, she wanted a dressing room. Meant the bedroom was a little bit smaller, but still ample room, as you can see. And coming back out again of the master bedroom, we've got the little sort of area under the stairs there, just put a freezer there and a bit of storage. The second bedroom, great size. Third bedroom, exactly the same size as the second. And then come into the family bathroom. Very pleased, I do like this bathroom, my wife loves it. It's her sanctuary, she says. The shower and bath. Then moving back, we've got under the stairs just a airing cupboard. And then up the stairs. This is, you could probably describe it as my play area. I've got my desk, office over far end, load of junk really, and then on through into the snug lounge, whatever you want to call it, TV room. So again, lots of space. So yeah, what can I tell you? The kitchen, I did do a video of the kitchen. That was IKEA. That was very little money. I made all the worktops myself, and yeah, I think the kitchen was literally a couple of grand. I do like the feature up here with the stained glass, the lights behind the stained glass. Looks very nice. I should have put the lights on. Maybe I'll go and do that. So as you can see, the lights behind the stained glass there, it's a really nice effect. Looks better in the dark, but yeah, very pleased. I'm really pleased with the whole thing. It's I was laughing at a video, well, the last couple of videos that I did, because I was so tired. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work doing this, but it's been so rewarding. Yeah, it's probably been the most rewarding thing I've ever done, really, building my own house. Financially, I mean, obviously we've gone way over on what I was hoping to build for. The video series was, or is called, Building a House for under £125,000, and by the time we're completely finished, it will be pretty much double that. But yeah, I mean, the trying to build it for 125 grand was, looking back, probably a pipe dream, but you've got to work towards something. I can hand on heart say that I've done this for as little money as I could. I don't think anyone would be able to build one for much less, apart from if they were doing all the labour themselves. I'll have a look through the finances and maybe do one final video, just looking at the labour costs, because like I say, that would be an area where if you really wanted to save as much money as possible, the obvious thing to do would be doing all the labour yourself, but I didn't have the time, energy, or patience for that myself. But yeah, like I said on previous videos, I think this house is square meterage, probably about 260, 270. So if the finished article ends up costing us, yeah, 250 or 260, I think it will be in the end, then that is still coming just under £1,000 a square metre. And if you're building anything for £1,000 a square metre or less in the UK, meeting building regs, you're doing very well indeed. So yeah, like I say, I will do one more section on finances. In fact, I may as well incorporate that into this video, and we can just have a real breakdown, look at what money went where, what was spent on what. But yeah, like I say. Okay, so just to wrap up this video, we're just going to have a look at the financials, and this is a spreadsheet that I've kept throughout the build project of the cash flow, which is very interesting to look back on, because not only can I see what I've spent, but I can see when I've spent it. As you can see, the project in its entirety took 12 months, April to April here, and In that time, we have got costs of £6,500 on an architect. I'm going to go through these costs because anyone watching this might suddenly go, oh, well, I could save money doing that, or that might cost me more, so it might be interesting. So we've got £6,500 for the architect. We've got £9,500 for the planning. Every project is going to be very different with regards to how much the planning costs you. It might cost you a couple of grand, or it might cost you 20 grand. So that's that. We've got ground investigation and drainage, couple of grand there. Building control down here, £1,300. Structural engineer, what's that? About £3,500 for a structural engineer. Sewage treatment plant, £2,500. Small amount there for ecology. My straw was £1,400. The groundworks, £1,200. Not entirely sure exactly what that means, can't remember. Bathrooms down here. Some people spend huge amounts on bathrooms. What's that? About £3,500 I spent on bathrooms there. Still sounds quite a lot to me, but some people can spend tens of thousands. Moving down, we've got miscellaneous materials. That'll be all the invoices coming in from my building supplies company. The roof, just over £5,000. That's another one which will be very different for different projects, but that was the sort of most economical way I could see to do the roof. If you remember, that was with corrugated metal. Windows and doors here. Again, some people can spend huge amounts on windows and doors. We spent about £5,500, which is very, very reasonable. But if you remember, I did get 3 sets of double doors made up by the builders after I bought some second-hand doors. So moving down, we've got electric hookup here, £1,800. That would have been the costs from National Grid. My solar setup was what's that? About £9,500. So obviously not everyone will be putting solar on. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't £9,500. It was way more than that. Solar setup was about 20 grand. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, big cost there on the solar. Then we've got plumbing here. These plumbing and electrics will be very low on this project because I did majority of the donkey work myself. I did a lot of the labour myself. So plumbing here, we've got what's that? About £4,000 there for the plumbing. That could easily be 10 grand plus, 20 grand even. So that's very good. Good saving there. Insulation down here. It blew my mind how much the insulation cost just for the roof. That was over £7,000. And if you remember, we just looked at the straw bales, which you could class as insulation as well. That was £1,400, so almost £9,000 just on insulating a house there. It's surprising how much that costs. Kitchens, like I've just said on the video, that was very little money. It was actually a bit more than I thought actually, but I've probably included like the ovens and stuff on this amount down here. So that is just under £3,000 for the kitchen. Again, people can spend tens of thousands of pounds on kitchens. Electrics down here, huge savings that I made because I did that myself. But actually this might be slightly misleading because some of the other costs of cabling and stuff might be in miscellaneous materials. But for electrics, we've got about 4,300 there. There's a cost there for a garage, £1,300, which I built outside. Wood burner, £1,400. 7,300 for timber, but again there will be a lot more timber costs on the miscellaneous materials. And then the interesting one down here is the site labour. This is, like I was talking about a minute ago, for someone that is wanting to do all the labour themselves on their build, pretty big savings can be made here. This labour cost totals up to just under £65,000. But actually, I'm quite surprised if you look at the total cost of the project, which to date is, well, let's actually get the exact figures here. Let's total all this up. The total cost of the project is £235,737. So actually, what did I say on the labour? Did I say 65 grand? Yeah, just under 65 grand. So for a site project that in total was about £240,000 to only spend 65,000 on labour, it's amazing how, it sounds crazy, but it's amazing how much the actual materials cost to build a house. Or let me rephrase that, it's surprising the ratio of labour to materials. You know, before I started doing any projects like this, I would have thought the labour costs would have been a lot more. But anyway, there you go, 65 grand for the labour. So for any of you builders out there that are intending on doing all the work yourself, then that's a big saving that can be made. And just down here, we've got a £8,000 cost for block and beam, which was the foundations, how we built up the foundations. So the project took 12 months. The costs in entirety so far are £235,000. Labour costs £65,000. Yeah, I think that is pretty much all that I can tell you about the project, the build. If you've got any questions, then please, just one thing, obviously, to finish off the build completely, landscaping outside is probably another £15,000. So just to really get down to the final figure, if we're looking around the £250,000 mark, we built a very spacious 3-bedroom house for under £1,000 a square metre. And I think that's a pretty good job done. Like I said before, there wasn't many other places that we could save some money. I saved an awful lot of money by buying materials second hand. I went to auctions. On previous videos, you see that I bought sort of various bits and bobs from auctions, radiators, timber, some of the doors I got second hand. So yeah, I hand on heart can say that I personally couldn't have done this build for a lot less money. So yeah, I hope the whole series has been interesting to everyone that's watching. If you've got any questions at all, I'm always happy to help. I love seeing people do their own builds and taking on projects. It's just been such a fantastic thing to do, although it was incredibly tiring. And at times I just wanted to, well, I wouldn't say I wanted to give up, but yeah, it's a challenging thing to do. But once it's done, you can look back and just, you know, you can sit in a house that you've sort of, you know, had a big hand in building yourself. It's so rewarding. So any questions, put them in the comments and I'll do all that I can to answer them. Thanks for watching, and
we'll hopefully see you again. If you want to come and do some glamping in our fields, then just get in touch. Thanks very much.